This manifest I was praying on. If you listen closely, there's a few bars I'm playing on. It took me all these bars to say I'm saying cuz Chazza is here to stay in Oz.
Flowz Dilione succeeded. SAR strong and loyal. Body Bag Media. I know that the project is out. I know he's dropped a project. I haven't got time to listen to today at the time of recording, even though this will be up like Wednesday, maybe even Thursday. But yeah, if you want me to check out this project as a public thing, let me know. Because yeah, I'm excited to hear it. Very excited to hear it. And me having to wait potentially another week or so before being able to do that is probably gonna bug me a little bit, but we're here. I know you man will probably appreciate the content a lot. Alright, let's go.
I want to succeed, take control over my life.
Is this just a sample or is this another artist? Because I don't see them credited in the title. And I don't see anyone credited in the bottom description. I was trying to think of that. I think it's just a sample. Otherwise, Flowz would credit someone if it was otherwise. Anyway.
Yeah, I've come a long way and I'm so proud. There's no denying that I've made it and there's no doubt. I spent a few years in jail, but I'm home now. I'm all about progression, bruh. I ain't gonna slow down.
Has Flowz got new tattoos on his arm?
I used to struggle as a kid, I was so lost. On a high dose of Seroquel and Zoloft. I used to skip school to stay at home and smoke bongs. Mumsy had to work 2 jobs to keep the phone on. I used to skip school to stay as a kid, I was so lost. On a high dose of Seroquel and Zoloft.
Seroquel and Zoloft, what are those drugs in particular? Can someone let me know?
I used to skip school to stay at home and smoke bongs. Mumsy had to work 2 jobs to keep the phone on. Jumping fences with the crew just to rip crops. Lunchtime I didn't have a sandwich in the Ziploc. Way before Facebook, Snapchat or TikTok. Everybody used to link up with the mix spot. Sometimes I have to take a minute when I think back. I wonder where I'd be now if I didn't rap. If God had never blessed me with this gift, lad. The struggle made me who I am today, but I don't miss that.
I want to succeed, take control over my life. I can't figure out a way. Wanna be on the front line, wanna be more than just
SAR. I don't like this hook. I don't like it. The TN's looking fresh. Shy. Yeah, I don't like this hook.
I've made changes in my life and it's paid off. Now $100 note is what the state costs. I used to drive a stolen car.
Interesting from a production standpoint as well. This is a really interesting beat. Really interesting.
In my life and it's paid off. Now $100 note is what the state costs. I used to drive a stolen commie with no plates on. Stronger by the struggle, hard times are what we're made from. I used to stick them up for wallets and a pin code. Robbing hard-working people, trust me, that's a shit go sick cunt. Cause I went to jail, I don't think so. What I did was wrong, yeah, I own it, I don't tiptoe. Please forgive me for my sins and my bad thoughts. The only way I'm getting into heaven's through a back door.
That's a
forgive me for
bar.
my sins and my bad thoughts. The only way I'm
Getting into heaven through the back door.
I need to call my older brother and my dad more to let them know I love them. If they need me, then I'm here for them. I'm trying to lead by example for my bro Rib. No matter how hard it gets, bro, I won't quit. We only get one life and it goes quick. Every day's a blessing and I'm blessed to even know this. Yeah.
I want to succeed, take control over my life.
I feel like the problem with this hook isn't the lyrics, not even the melody. I think it is just the auto-tune delivery that it is. I feel like a female vocalist or just a proper vocalist in general would have smashed this.
I can figure out a way. Wanna be on the front line, wanna be more than just fine. I can figure out a way. I want to succeed, take control over my life. I
There we go. Flowz Dilione. This track makes me really excited to listen to his project for one reason in particular. Flowz has recently been talking a lot about how he grew up and the environment in which he comes from and where he is now. And I feel like from a subject matter standpoint, that is something he is really, really focused in on. And I just wonder how much variety we will have on this project. I said the same when I did the NASA Nova reaction earlier on in the week and IAmChazza about their project, but the same thing stands here. Flowz, we know what he brings to the table, and I feel like that's slowly changed over time. I feel like he has a more cleaner sound now, a way more polished sound now. I would also say a more optimistic sound, you know? But I'm really interested to see how he can keep a listener interested over the course of an entire project. I really fuck with Flowz. You man know this, and I've been doing this ever since I first heard. I believe Price of Life probably was my entry point for him. And it's really, really heartwarming to see how far he has also come as a person and the headspace he is in now versus where he was when he was younger. And that's something that I really want to celebrate along with him and for him, and along with no doubt plenty of listeners that have been listening and tuned into what he's been doing longer than even I have. You know, I found out about him about 4 years ago or so. I'm sure there's been people along the journey for 8 to 10, you know? And so, yeah, I'm sure they have a greater sense of that positive feeling than even I would, you know? But I really want us to celebrate these artists when they do get into a position of power, when they get into a position of financial freedom, when they get into a better headspace just as human beings. I really want to celebrate that. Especially when they have come from something else. You know, there's one thing when an artist breaks onto the scene with that kind of look how we're living now, and there's another thing when that artist broke onto the scene talking about struggle and pain, and then we've seen the character arc and the transition over a longer period of time. That's a lot more real to me. I question this all the time. How many artists break through on their first song saying they've made it now? Well, how the fuck have you made it on your first track? That's all I'm questioning, you know? And so, yeah, just to see someone really document that process and now be able to say that they're winning is something that feels just a greater sense of the real to me at the end of the day. But, yeah, big up to Flowz. Big up Bagsy and Body Bag Media each and every time. Also, big up yourselves.